Hello.
Hi.
Buongiorno.
Yeah, buongiorno. Is this Crosser?
Excuse me.
Is your name Crosser?
Is my name what?
Crosser.
No, my name is French.
What?
I'm telling you.
What
bro.
does it mean?
It's a food.
Wow.
It's called quiche.
Quiche.
Exactly.
Oh. You know, in my
Let's
mind,
Google it.
in my mind,
In your mind, what happened here?
it was not a, it was not a, it was not a, the
There's
way.
not a food.
Yeah.
There's some crosser thing.
Yeah, because that QU,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's,
Yes.
so in my mind, I'm ish. What's
Yeah.
that now? Which one is this one? How are you today?
Don't know that one.
How are you today?
I'm fine, man. How are you?
So the day is over for today.
Yeah, I worked hard. I'm so grateful. I get to go home.
Amen to that.
Hmm?
Amen to that.
Yeah. Then I just bumped into an old friend. It was so nice to see him.
Ish.
Yeah.
Coincidentally,
Yeah?
I'm saying like life has a way of, you know, brightening up your day when you didn't expect it.
Exactly.
High school friend or just
Yeah,
old
like
friend.
he was like a high school mutual.
Okay.
And then I moved to Cape Town to study there. And then
Uh-huh.
surprisingly enough, he stays like in the same res.
Okay.
So then, yeah, we just,
Click.
became closer,
Uh-huh.
living that side,
Alright.
partying that side, even though we were in different schools.
Okay.
But yeah, he's a decent person, so it was nice to see him.
Uh-huh. So originally you are
I
Xhosa,
am
Zulu,
Sotho,
Sotho.
yeah, Sotho and Congolese.
Oh wow, what a nice name.
But I know Sotho.
Oh, okay. So how did you get your name? If you
Excuse
don't
me?
mind me asking. How did you get your name? If you don't mind me asking. Is it from the Congolese side or from the Sotho
Yeah,
side?
well, I hear that the Congolese people speak French, right?
Oh, okay. I
And
didn't
my
know
dad
that.
is the Congolese person, so
Okay. So does he speak French?
yeah, he speaks Lingala and a bit of French.
Uh-huh.
But he can also understand my mom when she speaks Sotho.
Wow. That's what you call, Africanicity. That's like
Exactly.
being able to adapt to other African languages. Because it's hard, I won't lie. Like
Exactly.
French alone is, hey, it's a
Very.
beautiful language, but it's hard to
It's hard to learn.
learn. Yeah.
Yeah.
With like, in South Africa, it's even worse. I find it hard to learn all the 11 official languages, but I understand most of them. But
Sure.
just to speak them, yay.
That's the stressing part.
With one thing, with working on
Mm.
Uber and whatnot, in a day you are able to meet a Venda, a Tsonga, an
Mm.
Afrikaans person, an English person, a Xhosa person, a
All
Sotho.
11 of them.
Yes. And now the way they interact with you is not English. They don't automatically fall to English. They will first try some other languages to see, okay, how
Which
languages
does
this
guy
person
know?
understand.
Yeah.
So a person will come in and speak Setsonga, and they'll be like, "Hi, how are you in Setsonga?" You're like, "Okay,
Mm.
I'm good. How are you?" Okay, because you understand until to a certain point. Then they start talking. You're like, lights off. But then with that, I think like you get to learn. I'm not a very stubborn person. When you
Mm.
talk, I try to read in between the lines. So if a person, I even get customers from outside South Africa. I remember this other time I got a Spanish guy
Oh,
from the airport side. I think he
yeah.
was going to go receive.
Oh,
So he can't really speak English, but then he tries.
yeah. He knows
So
a few words.
so he will speak that's Spanish, and then use a few English words. So I'll get it like,
Join the dots.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is what he's trying to articulate. So it's something like very interesting for me personally. Like you meet so many people, you try to, even if you can't speak a language, just trying to understand it is also something I can say is very important, because one time you'll be on the other side of the world and people won't understand English, because not every country speaks English, and you have to then adopt to that. Okay, let me try and speak, or what I've heard, use that.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I feel like is very cool about what I do.
About Ubering.
Yeah, you get to meet people like different
So I'm sure you're like a social
personality.
person, like you like people.
Not really.
Not really.
I will be honest with you. I have this thing of, I interact with people who want to interact with me, and that works for me. I don't overstep. I just keep in my little bubble with a person who's willing to then
To
conversate and engage with me. I engage with them, but I won't just all of a sudden I'm talking and whatnot. No, there has to be a certain way or common interest that,
like a reciprocation of
yes.
that.
I can't just like start talking to you and you're quiet and you don't want to talk. If you don't want to talk, I keep quiet. I drive the car. I take you safely to your destination. That's my job at the end of the day. But being like engaging in conversation helps you to learn. There's perspective. Everybody, I feel like, has a perspective, especially as a human being. I don't think there's a shallow human being. Every human being has an experience, and they teach you. Yeah.
And it's finally another person.
So in that interaction, you get to get different understanding and you get to grow as a person. So I don't really force conversation. I'm one person, very quiet as well. I don't like just blah, 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 keep quiet till a person engages with me. Then I'm like, okay, let's see how, because I feel like there's one thing humans lack nowadays. It's called holding a conversation.
Sure.
We barely hold conversations nowadays. You'll find a person is too busy on their phone. If they're not busy on their phone, they're busy with something else. They're not really focused on having a conversation. So it's nice holding conversation. That's my perspective of things. So, yeah, yeah. I was very interested in that. So you're saying you can't speak French, right?
No, I can't speak Lingala, I
Uh-huh.
can't speak French.
But you have an
I can
understanding.
hear a little bit of it,
Okay.
Yeah, when my dad speaks to me, because I hear him speak on the phone with my aunts, my uncles, but for me to speak it, I basically grew up here, so.
So you don't use it. It's not a common
it's not a
used
commonly used
language. So the only person who uses it is your dad, as you say.
Yes, it's my dad when he's talking to his side of the family.
Okay.
Yes, but
So
we mostly speak English, and then my mom will speak Sotho to me. She likes to speak Sotho.
yeah, an African child, at least as an African child, must know one African language. That's my perspective on things. Like at least one, even if you're not fluent. I was actually like when I was growing, not even growing up, my uncle, the one who married my aunt, he's a Venda speaking guy. So his child grew up around closer speaking people. My people are closer. So now the thing is, as they were growing up, I saw how then he didn't teach her Venda. She doesn't know how to speak Venda, but he would say, "Go fetch something in Venda," and she would understand. Even now, to a point where she doesn't speak Venda, but she understands Venda so well. If a person is talking to her in Venda, she can respond. I think that's the most important thing about these languages. Even if yes, understand, because that's where I feel like with many barriers and conflicts in the world. It's a misunderstanding of languages and the way of speaking. There's languages where it's more calm and rooted. Like Xhosa is very aggressive. Yes. So if a person is speaking to you in Xhosa, you might think they're actually fighting or being arrogant, but it's not like that. It's the way they is. So if you have an understanding, then you can then interact with someone. As well with the Zulu as well. Zulu is a very aggressive language. It's not as aggressive as Xhosa with the clicks, but it's also the way people speak in Zulu. It's very, I don't know if I can. Yes, something in your face. So if you have no understanding or you've never interacted with a person of that language, you think these people know this person wants to start a fight. But it's not like that. So I feel like as people, we should also allow ourselves to learn. There's, there's, there's Africa. I think we're fortunate to have 11 official languages in South Africa.
How come?
I think because we are meant to then interact with all of these languages, learn something and grow. Because most of them have a culture behind. It's not simply just a language. There's a culture which it carries. There's morals. There's teachings, and there's all of that. So that each and every person, when they interact with that language, like for example with Zulu people, they are a prideful nation. You know that when you speak Zulu to a Zulu person, now they acknowledge you because they feel like you're one of them. Even if you're not a Zulu person, the moment you speak Zulu, they're like, oh, he's one of us. Yes. Yes. And I feel like that with every language. Like a Sotho person is very prideful of their culture, their language. They don't want anybody to come and then dispute that. So I feel like that's why we are fortunate enough to have 11 official languages. And as South African person, at least learn one or two. It helps. I won't lie. I'm sorry about that. As a South African person, you get to uh, get yourself out of trouble, knowing one or two languages. When cops stop you, they'll stop you purposely so they speak a specific language to see if you're gonna be able to respond. Sometimes it helps you to get away with a few things, like just being able to speak Zulu. Now you are in a good books of yeah, that's one of us. You can go now.
Let them go today.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting, for me, yeah, dynamic to South Africa. Do I tell you?
Yes, the streets right.
Alright. Don't want to get lost.
And what are you? Because I saw like Likho Neo. So is it Sotho? Is it Zulu? Which one?
I'm Xhosa by origin.
Xhosa.
Yes, my name Likho is a Xhosa name. And then the name Neo, I got it from my grandma who is Sotho.
Okay.
Yes, from my dad's side, she's Sotho.
Are you guys from Matatiele? You know the story of
Xhosas,
Xhosas and
no.
Sothos there.
No, originally, my grandma is from, I think, Free State, and then my granddad is Swati, is from Swaziland as a pastor.
Oh,
So, is it on the left, right?
it's on the right, the yellow house, just behind this fan.
All right, yeah. All right,
I'll
thank you.
cross over, it's okay.
And let me just climb up here.
Yes, you must be careful when you reverse.
It's high.
Yeah, everyone nicks their car.
Scratch.
Hey.
Thank you so much. Yeah, same to you.